explore the concept of casting and rounding using shapes. Casting converts one type of variable into another compatible type. We know two different ways to represent number values in Java: integers, which have no fractional or decimal part, and doubles, which always have a fractional or decimal part. We can convert or cast integers to doubles and vice versa. Imagine I have a machine to give back exact change to a customer. The dollar slot needs to know how many dollars to dispense. Casting can help us do this. To understand what happens when we cast a double to an integer or an integer to a double, let's think of integers as values that fit inside of squares and doubles as values that fit in rectangles. We can think of casting as transforming a numeric value to fit within a given shape. When casting a double into int, the double must transform to fit in a square. When casting an int into a double, the int must transform to fit in a rectangle. For example, if we want to cast the integer 7 into a double, we take the square containing 7 and move it into the rectangle. When 7 is casted into a double, it is now 7.0. Now, what happens when we cast a double into an int? We might think that when transforming a double, such as 3.99, into an int, that it would be rounded to the nearest whole number, 4. But that is not what happens when casting. Remember, when casting from double to int, we transform the current rectangle into a square. In this case, we could transform our rectangle into a square by cutting down the middle and removing the decimal and the decimal numbers behind it. Now, we have a square, which is a perfect fit. To cast in Java, we can put the data type we want to cast to in parentheses in front of the value. If we are casting from a double to an integer, this will truncate or shorten the number to everything before the decimal point. Back to our cast machine. Let's use casting to know how many dollar bills the machine should return. Casting allows us to do even more interesting things with data in our program.